Hello there, this is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, talking to you on Tuesday, not at 2. So I came on a little bit early. It is one of our grandson's birthdays today, so we're going to drive by there and drop off a gift. So I wanted to get an earlier start, so we weren't on the road when all the worker people are out. So anyhow, I started playing this afternoon with the Grassy Grove stamp set. It's the bundle with the deer and the trees and it's really cool. It's almost like playing with like Barbie dolls. You're kind of creating this panorama thing. So I'm going to show you what I started. I didn't finish it yet. Hi Cheryl. I haven't finished it yet. Try to, oops, I just had a, sorry about that. It looks like I went out and came back on. I will show you the finish cards on Friday, but I'm going to show you what I'm putzing with on my desk. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'll show you the bundle, and then we'll just start playing, matching it up with this cool paper, the DSP. Here, let me turn this around. The New Horizons DSP. So much fun. All right, let's turn this around and start playing. Hi, Kieran. Welcome, y'all. Here, I'm going to take a little ride here. You're going to take a little ride. Okay, now it kind of goes on and off. I don't know what's going on with that. So here we go. Okay, so the bundle is, here's the stamp set, Grassy Grove. Here are the dies. Really cool dies. So I was trying to figure out where everything goes and what everything does. Well, so this great big die does this cool cutout. So like picture framing, that's what I would call it. And then I was like, well, what's this one for? I thought it was something for here. This one is for this stamp. That's huge. This big stamp here. So I haven't even used that yet. I was just trying to figure out where all the pieces went. I'll show you what I did. And then I grabbed out my, I'm going to move that over for a minute. So it has a silhouetted deer. It has the deer that matches here. It cuts out the trees, all these little prairie grasses, these trees. So really nice. And then it has a couple little extra leaves for that you can cut out. So let me grab it here. Okay. So here's what I was playing with. So first I did this. So I cut it out in white, and not knowing what I was going to do. And then I used my sponges here, or they're not sponges, these brushes. I used the brushes, and I put on actually 3 different colors, sort of looked camouflage. So I used Evening Evergreen, Just Jade, and Shaded Spruce. I did color in the trees first with this is some of the skin tone. This is the number 400 skin tone. I didn't worry about using but using it right over here because you get light and dark on the trees. These skin tones, when y'all can get these, here's all the 10 skin tones. Here's the ivory and bronze. This is what we had for skin tones. This is what we have now. But not only for skin tones, I just thought this is excellent. This is almost like early espresso. It gives us some additional browns to play with. So on this one, I used the number 4 and colored in my tree trunks. So then I was trying to decide, what I should do. So I took, I'm just going to put this one here for now, just so you can see. So I took my paper from the New Horizons, and I just to see where I wanted, what I wanted to frame in, like you could go all different ways. I didn't use this one. I need to do one with olive green because obviously this would not look good with these colors, but you would do the same thing. But what I did is I took the one I took here, come back here. Okay. I took this one here. Let me find one that's whole so you can see what I did. This is just like a lot of experimenting, right? Let me see the back side because will be fastest to find the back side of it, I think. So it's so pinky. Here it is. Is this it? Yeah, okay. Here's the one. So this is what I had. This was the whole piece. Okay. So what I did is I just kind of put it down and used my little framer here to figure out where I wanted to go. I decided to go all the way to the edge. What I did is I laid it out where I wanted it, and then I took a pencil and marked where I wanted to cut it off. And I ended up, so then I cut this out. So then I had this, right? Okay. So the next step was, there it is. And then I have these strips left over. So I decided to put it on soft suede. And then I wanted the deer in here. So here's my deer. So I cut the deer out of white, but then I just used my dauber and kind of muddied up the edges so they just didn't look so bright white. So I decided I would have 2 deer. So I'm just kind of fitting them in here together. And then I wanted a verse. Initially did. So here's my verse. I was going to put it right there. And then I did these weeds to kind of, another thing to just sort of bump up so that it would be elevated. So I would glue one deer down, bump this deer up, and then bump up these 2 items. And then there you go. That's what I would have. But I decided I didn't like that. So I had cut off. Now I've used it twice. So here's the piece that was cut off of here. So it's down like that. So I had this one strip, right? So instead, I didn't like how this showed white behind there and that this one also just didn't blend. So I took that little strip and I stamped again so that my background for the water area is the same here. And then I also took the background and then I stamped my words in there. Now I should have used this part of it so it was a little bit lighter, but you know, it's neither here nor there at this point. It's done. But then I also brushed the edges with the brushes. So this is what I would put together, and then I think I would use maybe a Just Jade for the base of the card. But anyhow, it was fun using that and that. So then I decided we needed to kind of play with this. So I cut out the black to do like a silhouetted one. So let's move this over here. So I cut out this black, and then you can just like grab any of these and see what you want to do. Now up and have that scene, this scene. I mean, you can add extra scenes in here, but this paper just makes it like you're looking through, I don't know. I just think it's so much fun. So here's my little deer. So here's my mama deer. There we go. And here's our cute little baby deer. Whoops. I can't pick it up. There we go. Okay, here's our little baby. So she's saying, keep with me. So, I mean, so you're going to get totally different looks depending on which of the papers you use. So that's that one. Now look at this one. This one is kind of cool too. I mean, all of them are cool. I was just like, this is like a looking glass. You just see which one you like. And this to me looks like kind of where you have a little more of the purpley undertones there. So here we could have our little deer on here. Back there. There we go. Mom. With the lake front. Or you could move it over here and it's even darker. Like storm is brewing. This is like, it's like playing cutouts. Even if you use the back side. So here, like this would be kind of wintry, stormy. If you use the back side, and I moved it down to the lighter corner just because I think the deer would show up better. So here's our little deer in here. This set, I almost didn't get this, to tell you the truth, but my husband was always a hunter, and I just thought, you know what? But isn't that neat? So you have all these little cutouts, and it cut out easily. One crank through on our cut and emboss machine, and they just kind of fall out. You have a little bit of a mess. There's all these little cutouts. But there's just that side. Let's keep playing here. I could do this all day. You have this or that, this or that. I mean, any of them. This one is really different. So you could have here, down here, that looks more like a meadow. Or you can have it up here, up over the side. So just remember, wherever you decide to go with it is fine. You just mark it with your, this is 5 by 3 3/4. And then I would have a layer behind this because that's what I do. But that's kind of cool too. Now here's the back side. Ooh, you're looking into the grove. This paper is really, whoever had this idea, Stampin' Up, it was dynamite. Let me try to find a different. This is a paper that I'm going to have a hard time cutting up because it's so cool right here. I think that's so pretty. So if you did up here and you have this beautiful mountain scene, then you still have a really good piece down here that you can still use, you know, on another card. I like the using doubles. So here's our deer. It's like a picture book. You just can't do anything wrong with it. There, or we can move them over here. Anyhow, I know this is kind of short and sweet, but I couldn't resist kind of coming on and showing sky, right? Depends on how far up you go. I like to catch a little bit of that greenery in here. And put our little deer in here. Ta-da. So much fun. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here's this one. Yeah, I love that. So you here in the background, I mean, you could do a lot of other things. But if you simple, fast, oh my goodness. With this paper, look at how many cards you would get out of it. A ton. Because you can use the strips that are left over. I would just cut it, you know, mark it with my pencil and cut it. And yet, oh, you can, they're just so cool. There is no bad one. I think I did this one already. Yeah, I did. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you. If you hadn't gotten this, you might want to think about it because it is absolutely, the combination of these two, even this one, the combination of these two things are just, so on this one, where if you're looking for nighttime or dusk, you know, dusky, this would be like shining on the water. You could dauber that or use your brushes and add on in a little bit more blue if you wanted. You know, you can add color on here too. You could do different things, or you could cut out the stamp here. Going over here. You could cut this out in black and have that behind there, or in another color have that behind there, because if it was black, nothing's going to show. But just unbelievable. So I will come back on Friday. I'll finish up some of these cards and just show you how cool it is. But so this is called the New Horizons DSP. And this one is called the Grassy Grove Bundle, which I think is a perfect combination. My deer is all over the place. It is a perfect combination set. That paper with that, you put a verse on here. You can put the verse up on top, down in the bottom. You could even put the verse in the background, a smaller verse in the background, and you're all set. I mean, it's just, everything is all put together for you. So all the colors, all the cool blending. But you would have to, like I said, I should have blended the one. Let's just use this one once in the back. I should have blended, see, like this one, and then if you went with a darker background, it just looks kind of cool. Ta-da. Any of them. I love them all. The thing is, if you do it on like something like this and you back it up all the way to the edge, then you have this large strip, 2-inch or so, more than that, strip that you can use something else, you know, use it on a different thing. So here's what I started playing with. And then I love this. I love the simplicity of the silhouettes. I just think that's really cool. So on Friday, I will have some of these done so I can show you what else I did. I'm going to do this again, but I'm going to do it with the old olive. You know, on the back of your paper, it tells you what colors. So evening evergreen, garden green, old olive, soft succulent. So those are the greens that they list out. You have to use, but if you're trying to blend to look over, you know, one of these fields, you might want to use those colors. I just grabbed whatever. And then I added the evergreen when I noticed that, but not a lot of the green is showing on this one. But it's sort of fun to do a camouflage tree effect too. So, but I especially like using the background, using that strip I had left to stamp these and cut them out with the die. So there you go. That's it. I am going to turn the camera around. Here we go. Hi, Patty. Short and sweet today. Sorry, guys. Birthdays are so important for children. So we want to get there in the daylight and to reconnect. There we go. Drop off his gift and head out. For his birthday, they redid his whole bedroom. Bunked his bed, put in a desk, put in a slide, a climbing wall. I mean, the pictures were phenomenal. So, and I got the little extra thing to go with it. So, all right. Thank you so much. Please join me tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I will have a new monkey cut kit with one of the new papers in the mini catalog. I'm not going to tell you which one. You know why? I don't know. But I will pick one and have it all made up for you. And then we will see you. I do have some of the Sweet Talk, 2 of the kits left here. And I will have 2 more Eden's Garden monkey cut kits available too. So thank you so much. Here we go. Have a great night. And I will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Thank you. Bye-bye.